Hello and welcome to a new episode of Trailer Talk. I know it's been a while. I had another trailer talk for last week, but it got pulled down by Activision. Maybe I'll show that one live. But I have a new episode with some big games that I know people want to hear me talk about. I know you guys want to talk about. So leave a comment below on any of the trailers you see in today's episode or any trailers you would like to see me cover in a future episode. I do get your tweets about them, but I also leave them in the comments so I don't forget about it. I can forget about tweets, like Gamer Bex. I saw yours. That game looks cool. Maybe I'll remember it, but who knows? I might forget. Anyways, thumbs up if you like trailer talk. Let's get started with this first trailer. It's a big game that I'm excited about. You should be too. One of two Avalanche Studios games you will find here in Trailer Talk because they have two big games coming out this fall. The first being Just Cause 3. Which, if you know me, you know I'm a fan of Just Cause 2. Fuck it, I'm out and whatnot. Big, giant, beautiful world with fun, crazy physics and mechanics. I mean, that's what makes Just Cause. And I'm not really seeing anything new here in the trailer. Lots of, like, jacking planes and exploding things. And it looks like Just Cause, but it looks even more beautiful than it did before, and I can't wait to play it. That's kind of enough for me. I know there's some new things, right? Isn't there, like, co-op in this one? Or multiplayer of some sort? I'm excited. Not much to see here outside of
Just Cause 3.
some Just Cause. I kind of liked some pre-order shit. You're probably every single one of the trailers is gonna have this kind of shit because hey, video games. But anyways, yeah. When they introduced Just Cause 2, they did it with like this big long like 8-minute like boom. Here's Just Cause 2. Here's the crazy shit you can do in this game. Kind of wish they did that for this game. It has me a little worried that it's just gonna be more of the same, but it's not necessarily a bad thing. I don't know. Anyways, what do we have here next? Oh, I'm putting this one in here because I actually have a habit of kind of ignoring Batman trailers. Maybe because there's so fucking many of them. But I know Crispy mentioned this on the last podcast. He said this got him pretty hyped. Two-Face. This is the trailer that's showing off the other characters you can play as. Apparently you can switch between them even on the fly, it sounds like. Which is somewhat cool and new. You know, if you like playing as other Batman characters, I hope they actually play a little bit differently. But I feel like they really don't mix. Hold on. I'm not a fan of this new buff, tough Robin. But hey, what do I know about Batman? I'm not allowed to say anything about Batman when Crispy's around. But he's not. So fuck you, Robin. Fuck you, Crispy. But what I'm saying is the combat formula for these games, while fantastic, doesn't really change much from character to character. You kind of stays in that rhythm. But that's fine. It's just weird. You can like switch out characters on the fly, kind of like Dead or Alive, like tag mode or something, maybe. You see what I mean? Or like Tekken Tag. It's kind of weird. It almost seems like they created this system because I don't know why they haven't done co-op in these games. I feel like that's so. It's the fourth game in the series. It almost seems obvious, you know, like two superheroes fighting together and stalking together. It just seems obvious. Maybe they've been working on it. Maybe they were trying to get there. Maybe this is a half step. Maybe they had planned on it, but didn't quite, come together. So they have this like character switching mechanic, Who knows? But yeah, even though I don't show off a lot of Batman trailers in these videos, it doesn't mean I'm not excited. I do like the Arkham games a lot, and I do definitely plan to get this play this when it comes out. But yeah, Arkham Knight. Who's excited? There's like this weird, there's this weird kind of mood about this game. Like, I don't know if I'm that excited. Probably because Origins was not made by Rocksteady, and we have played a lot of Batman games, and this one doesn't look like it's doing that much new outside of the Batmobile. But I don't know. What do you think? Let me know. And this next trailer. This is one of the ones I actually had in my last episode. That was lost. This is the Battlefront trailer. Everyone's excited about Star Wars right now. I was kind of thinking lately, what Star Wars game should I play? I kind of want to play a Star Wars game. Never played through KOTOR 2. I might do that. Jedi Academy. I don't know. Anyways, this trailer's pretty self-explanatory. They're on the forest moon of Endor, battling with speeder bikes and whatnot, and it looks like Star Wars, like every Star Wars game. It has Endor and Hoth and all that, and that's fine, but this is Battlefront made by the guys that make Battlefield. And, you know, say what you will about EA server issues. Ooh, jetpacks and bubble shields. Hey, that's cool. And rockets. It's cool. ATSTs and ATATs. This doesn't make a lot of sense in a forest, but hey. What I'm saying is, say what you will about EA server issues, Battlefield makes pretty good games. And a Battlefield-type game seems like the perfect fit for this. Because, hey, you still got fucking Y-Wings and aerial combat and shit. I know they're getting some flack about not having, like, space battles, but you know what? Let them make the game they're comfortable with first before they start experimenting and doing things that maybe might not even be good for them. You know, let's wait for the next Battlefront game. Let's pause it. Oh! Damn it, I didn't pause it in time. Alright. Alright, let's pause it with the lightsaber out. Anyways, like I'm saying, let them kind of work with what they know for the first one. You know there'll be more of these games because this thing's going to be fucking huge. Because it's fucking Star Wars and there's a new movie and it's Battlefield. And it's going to be good. And they still have sort of the hero mechanic from the previous Battlefront games, which is good because that was one of the unique things to that series where, you know, you can play as, you know, you can have like, you can play as Darth Vader, or one dude on your team could play as Darth Vader after like a kill streak or some shit. I don't know. I didn't play much of the Battlefront games because they always ran like shit every time I tried to go online and whatever. But I remember that as much. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm excited about Star Wars, and just I have such fond memories of, like, you know, the Bad Company games and playing multiplayer in those games, and I don't know. I mean, I think these guys are gonna make a good game, good Star Wars game. What do you think? Pre-order all kinds of shit and stuff. And we got one more trailer here. This is a trailer for a game that I saw 2 years ago, almost. 2 years ago at E3, behind closed doors. And it was a game that I thought looked pretty cool. You know, I remember when I saw this, I was like, well, this looks cool. But I kind of want Just Cause 3 also, because that's even crazier. Now we're getting Just Cause 3 and Mad Max. Both by Avalanche Studios in the same fucking year. So, hey, dreams come true. And this one it's a big, beautiful open world, just like Just Cause, but it's more focused on you know, building your car and car combat. And from what you'll see in this trailer and what I saw behind closed doors, like, the car combat is, like, the major focus. And it looks really fucking cool, really physicsy, and, like, driving through dunes and shit, and like, you have cool mechanics where you can, like, fucking latch on a grappling hook to the other car and, like, flip them over, and it all explodes all cool and physicsy. And you know I'm a fan of twisted metal, and there's going to definitely be some metal twisting in this game. But yeah, I don't like how the car is named the Magnum Opus. That sounds kind of stupid, but hey, why can't I name my own car? I name it something cool. And then you got some hand-to-hand combat, which looks kind of like, you know, your Shadow of Mordor. Basically your Batman Arkham thing, which is what everyone's doing these days. And honestly, I'm a little tired of it. You know, they're not really even showing much new in terms of that combat. I'm sure it's going to be fine. But, ooh, here's like a... Let me go back. I always like to pause and take a look at, like, skill trees and stuff. You know, the stuff doesn't look, like, super complex, but it does see, if you look at the notches kind of around those circles, like, you can pump, like, quite a few levels into each ability, which is nice. But yeah, that sort of hand-to-hand combat, there's nothing really exciting here. I'm not really seeing anything new. Fighting on a bridge seems cool. But I don't know. It could be fun. I mean, it's probably going to be fun. This is cool. Dragging, like, scrap across the wasteland and stuff. And, like, he pulled open a secret. That's cool. It's cool. Getting some, like, Red Faction Guerrilla vibes from this game. Well, I'll say on the high end, Red Faction Guerrilla vibes. On the low end, maybe Mars Warlogs, which wasn't such a great game. But those are the vibes I'm kind of getting from this game. I wonder if there is going to be sort of like a food mechanic or like any sort of survival systems in there. Probably not, but it's always nice when that stuff is in there. But man, the driving stuff seems cool. Seems cool, you know. This seems like Rage done right.
They are merciless, lethal, and relentless in their thirst for
But
blood.
yeah, I mean, I'm kind of psyched for this game. I think Avalanche Studios is like this secret great developer that, you know,
Ruthless.
Just Cause 2 was rough around the edges. The edges, sure, but where it succeeded, it did better than a lot of other developers out there.
As you travel through the
And I like to see that, you know, Just Cause 3 might look like more of the same, which is good. This is kind of showing that, hey, they can kind of take what they've learned there and turn it into something new.
thrive and provide you with
Which,
additional aid
you know,
along your journey.
hopefully this stuff is fully fleshed out. It looks like there's going to be a lot of, like, faction stuff, like what you saw in Just Cause, but this
and smoky.
And that's where I come in, huh?
Listen.
this definitely seems a lot more, like, well-produced in terms of, like, voice acting and stuff
Must
than
take on the forces
than
that rule the wasteland.
the Reapers
And
from
endure
Just Cause
the
2.
unpredictable elements of nature.
But yeah, I think see, that looks fucking cool. Driving through the sanders in a sandstorm at sunset. Damn, man.
Underground.
I don't know. I think, you know, there's kind of a lot of hype surrounding the movie. I think this game's coming out at a good time. Well, I think this game's coming out the same day as Metal Gear, which is not good. I don't know why they're doing that. But
Claim the light
I think people are going to be talking about this thing, hopefully.
will survive. Because you are Max.
What do you think? What do you think? Not a lot new versus what I had seen before, but definitely more polished. I know a lot of you guys are seeing it for the first time. I want to know what you think. Anyways, that's it for this episode of Trailer Talk. Thanks for watching. Thumbs up if you like Trailer Talk. Leave a comment below. I promise I will get back into, you know, if there's some good trailers coming out, you know, if you're recommending enough good trailers to me, I'll put out these episodes more frequently. Anyways, have a good day, and goodbye.